Okay, guys, so this is going to be the steps that we follow for subtracting integers, okay? So we've already said that whenever we're subtracting integers, we're going to be using the keep, change rule, okay? So that's what I have here, okay, maroon, okay? KCC, okay, which means keep, change, and then change again, okay? That means that we're going to be changing the three parts of our problems, okay? The three parts of our problems are going to be changing. Okay, so if I look at example number 1, okay, I know that I'm going to be using keep, change here because of the subtraction sign. So the first thing I'm going to do is label it keep, change, okay, each part. That's going to let me know what I need to change and what I need to keep. Well, I'm always going to keep the first number. Okay, so in this case, the -4 is going to stay exactly the same. I kept it the same. Okay, I'm going to need to change this subtraction to addition. Okay, the opposite. Okay, I'm also going to have to change the last number to the opposite operation, which in this case, if it's -5, then I'm going to have +5. So this becomes my new problem. Okay, so I can kind of forget about that original problem. Okay, this is what I'm concerned about. This new problem that I have here, -4 plus 5. Okay, if I look at this problem, I notice that I have a negative and a positive number. So now I am adding integers with different signs. Okay, different signs. Okay, and my rule for different signs is down here. Okay, it's over here in the bottom. Okay, adding integers with different signs. So this is what I want to follow. Okay, it says adding integers with different signs, keep the sign of the greater absolute value, then subtract. So again, I'm going to do the same steps that I've already learned. Okay, I'm going to take the absolute value of each number, 4 and 5. 5 is greater, so I'm going to keep the sign of that original number. In this case, my original number is positive, so my answer is going to be positive. My second step says to subtract numbers. So 5 minus 4 gives me 1. So my answer becomes +1. Okay, again, the only new thing that we've learned or we added this week is the keep, change steps. And that what it does is it changes it to the type of problems that we worked last week, either adding integers with the same signs and adding integers with different signs. Okay, and that's why I have the row down here. So that way we can see it easily. Okay, so let's look at number 2. We have +8 minus -2. Again, because we're doing subtraction, we're going to do keep, change. Okay, so I'm going to keep my +8. I'm going to change the subtraction to addition, and I'm going to change the negative to a positive. So now I have adding integers with the same sign, okay, because they're both positive. They're both positive. So now I follow my rule, and my rule for adding integers with the same sign says add and keep the sign. So all I'm going to do is add these numbers. 8 plus 2 gives me 10, and since they were both positive, my answer is going to remain positive. Okay. Look at number 3. Okay, let's keep practicing. Keep, change, because it's subtraction. So my +1 minus -5 becomes 1 plus +5. So now, again, okay, my signs are the same. So I'm going to follow this rule right here, okay, which is just says add and keep the sign. So 1 plus 5 gives me 6. And since it was positive, my answer is going to remain positive. Okay, very simple as long as we understand and know the rules. For problem number 4, we have +2 minus +6. Well, this minus or this subtraction sign lets me know that I have to do keep, change. Okay, so my new problem becomes +2 because I kept the first one. I changed this to addition, and I changed this +6 to a -6. So now my problem that I have is 2 plus -6. Okay, again, this is adding integers with different signs, okay, because one is positive and one is negative. So I'm going to follow this rule right here. Okay, and the steps say to keep the sign of the greater absolute value. The absolute value of 2 is 2. The absolute value of 6 is 6. Okay, and then it says to subtract them. Well, since my absolute value of 6 was greater, I'm going to keep the negative sign, so I know my answer is going to be negative. And now I subtract 6 minus 2, which gives me 4. So my answer becomes -4. Okay, and these are the steps that we use to solve subtracting integers. Okay, remember, we only do KCC. We only do keep, change whenever we're subtracting integers. That's going to cause it to change to either adding integers with the same signs or adding integers with the different signs. Okay, then from there we just solve it like we have before.